Hey, y'all come over.
Yeah?
Good.
Yeah.
Fluffy. No more for you, Fluffy. No more. Don't worry. I won't give you anything. Fluff.
So proud.
So Fluffy does.
와. 그래, 진짜 너무 스트레스 주고, TPS 있거든.
Ja, det är right there.
多分それ、他のドローンなんかな結構大きいんだよね。
そうですね。
That's the pistachio, right? I don't know if you remember, I bought that one time.
I think so.
Yeah. Now that one become clear. That's what I got.
Oh, Mama, good job. Good job. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Mimi. Mimi.
Third place,
What is that?
this one. Here. That's the right taste, so not too bad. You want? Cool.
massive percentage of it is those two. Then you have the Americans, any welfare, illegal, legal, and then you have the U.S. born. People see numbers like this and what am I doing my taxes? Why am I doing taxes? I read a quote the other day about it. Just to see what the audience is going to say. Look at this quote. Should illegal immigrants get staffed Medicaid and welfare by U.S. taxpayers' fund? Look at the percentage. It's not even like
This one isn't too detailed. I almost finished.
it's crazy.
Finish that one? Should I finish this too? Where?
Hey, come on, huh? Come on, huh?
I'm gonna try to follow Elazar, man. This guy's been calling me every fucking day.
Everybody want pop. You hear that? Want that crap?
Okay. Have fun, relax, Fluff.
What are you doing?
How you doing, Fluff? What are you doing? Shit, man.
So hard because everybody want pop.
Said Mama.
I just don't want to be annoying. Okay?
The only one I want a lot of attention from.
Oh, be perfect. You only want to get attention to Poo and the mama.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Don't give to you easily.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, there he is, man. Fuck. What's good, dude? Let me think here. I think it took a little bit of time, dude. Like I knew it was it was one of those things. I think I like accepted it in January and then got it. No, let me digress. I got it, and I remember I had a long delay before my EOD. Man, it was like I want to say I got it in the tentative offer in November, and then got the formal offer in January or December, but then I wasn't EOD until like February or some shit like that, like mid-February or end of February, I think. So it was a little bit of a long process, yeah. But I wasn't worried, I wasn't too worried about it. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Oh, so you're off now. Hell yeah. 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 Did they give you a tentative EOD yet, or no? Or did they mention that, or nothing yet? Okay, okay, yeah. Okay. Did you tell your? I'm sure somebody in your chain of command is going to find out as well. So I'm sure they know how to contact you on leave, right? Just in case, right? Or yeah, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, yeah, there you go. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Just in case, hell yeah. Wow. Nah, it's yeah. No, yeah, of course, man. Of course. But dude, don't even. I don't know. Go into it. I don't know. Go into it confident. You'll be okay, man. You'll be okay. It's not. Trust me. You are. This is why I kind of told you, a couple years back, man. Like you should do it. And I know you were trying to gain more experience. When the time is right for you, of course. But dude, you're gonna get in there and you're gonna see supervisors that are like, "What the fuck?" At first it can be intimidating, dude. At first because everybody knows the walk of the land, right? But you're a smart dude, man. It's gonna take relatively short amount of time for you to realize, like, oh, well, I can do this too. Like it's not gonna be overly filled with the nuclears, if you know. Like when you get in, they're just gonna be normal. You're gonna have this thing of supervisors out there, man. Not as bad, but yeah, yeah. Hell yeah, you should be, sir. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Nice little bump in pay, A GS5, a step 4. There you go, dude. There you go. Hell yeah. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. It's freaking motivation, man. You know? Yeah, I mean, every little bit counts, dude. You deserve it, bro. You do, man. 100%. So, take it for what it is. And, I don't know if your situation changed. Like, you never were a big OT guy, so you might as well, at least from what I remember, you might as well take advantage of, if you're only going to do your 80 hours or whatever, you might as well get paid the most for them, Yeah, so the old, it's, back when we were like 11s, right? It was still time and a half, I think. But when you get, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fuck it up. Like it turns into straight time basically. So even like when you're a 12, dude, after a certain point, I think after like step 1, it caps off at a certain rate, and I think that rate is like $63 or something like that. But like, if you're obviously as you're creeping up to 30, definitely as a 13, you're over that amount per hour. So it's just you have to be making less than that six. I'm throwing a random number out there, but I think it's something like 68 or $63 an hour. And if you're making less than that, then your OT rate will bump up to that. If it's equal to time and a half or even less than time and a half, but it will cap at that point. Since you're going to be over that per hour, it would just be straight time. So you're basically working straight time, on OT. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that's a shitty explanation on it, but that's the best way I can. At 13, it's just you're already making more than the hourly. Because actually, I digress. I think the overtime cap is something like the equivalent of like a GS10 step whatever 6 or something like that. So anytime you creep over that, even as a GS11, like a salty GS11, if there is one, you technically aren't doing time and a half anymore at that point. But you're like, because let's say if a GS11 is time and a half, let's say they're making $44 an hour, and whatever time and a half would be, depending, if it crosses over to the 60, like let's say you should make, I don't know, what's fucking $65 an hour. Let's say you're making $50 an hour as a GS11, right? Step 8 or whatever the case is. Well, now time and a half would be $75 an hour, right? Well, they can't pay you time and a half. You can only cap you at like $64 an hour, whatever the cap is. It's somewhere around there. It's either like 63 or 68, and so you would cap out at, I think 63. You would cap out at that cap, and then once you cross over that threshold, whatever the cap is, then it becomes straight time. So you're probably already over that cap right now, even as a 12. I remember working OT as a 12 and not, I was thinking to myself I was getting time and a half, but I don't think I was, at that point. I may have been getting like time plus like $1 maybe, but not true time and a half. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. The gap insurance. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can look at it, they're big picture. Did you financed it or did you pay for it? The extended warranty. Yeah. So like, I mean, at a 0% interest rate, a big, that's not a bad thing. You're talking about 0%, so you're paying flat costs for the extended warranty. My theory is this, dude. What does the car come with standard? It's probably a 3-year 36 or a 4-year 48. Yeah, so it's probably 336, but you also have a powertrain warranty. So the powertrain warranty is probably maybe 560, maybe even more. I don't know what Subaru's stock warranty is. Yeah, so well, that's bumper to bumper. That's the thing, though. That's bumper to bumper. Now, again, here's the thing. Like, you're talking about a brand new car, 2025 or 2026, right? Okay, the the chances of anything. My theory with that is the chances with a modern car in today's day and age giving you now again. There's a reason. I'm going to throw some shade at Kia and Hyundai and Genesis, and yeah, yeah, and I mean that's why they have a crazed fucking 10-year, 100,000 mile bumper or whatever. They know their cars are crap, right? So that's why they bombard you with it. And if they didn't have that, and you were focused on one of those brands, then maybe it's a good idea to get an extended warranty. But for me, I look at it like this: these cars are. What's an extended warranty? Out to 6 years or 5 years or what is it? Yeah. So I mean, generally speaking, a modern car, and again, Mama's gonna make the call, right? We just follow. So at the end of the day, my theory with that is, and this is again, kudos to you, man, because beautiful little car, fucking, you know, great job on the interest, good purchase all around. $5,000 on MSRP, fucking. There you go. So you can chalk up maybe the cost of the extended warranty as the money saved on the MSRP. So either way, you're still winning, in my opinion. But my logic with it is these cars, we don't need it, dude. I drove, I told you my new car story, right? Only for the purpose because I've been chasing one of these hybrid pickup trucks. That's why I kind of bounce back and forth. I had purchased the first car I purchased out of my Honda Accord that I had back in the CSC with us, that I had for like fucking years before, years before that. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to a luxury car. So I went out and got a Lexus, right? And this is when we transitioned to work at home. And the car sat in my garage, and it was like a $500 a month payment. Like, and I was like, it felt over the top. It felt too extreme for me. So I started looking for. I really was curious about this hybrid pickup truck, and I was like, well, that would really fit the mold for everything I need. Good gas mileage, get me back and forth. Fucking, I could use shit. I could load shit up, rocks, whatever the fuck I need for the house. All that fun shit. So I ended up bouncing around with a few different cars, and then finally Ford kind of broke with with their fucking stupid ass COVID markups and all that bullshit. Finally, I was able to get a good deal on the truck and get it under MSRP, and that's why I kind of jumped on it. But there was a few cars in between that, so definitely I honed my experience in purchasing newer cars over the last handful of years. And my point is, so that's my primary vehicle, but I have other vehicles too as well. Kind of a self-incorporated car guy, man. I just recently sold. I don't know if you know what it is, but I have Ford Focus ST. It was a 2015. So I just got rid of it a few months back. Beautiful little car, a little sports car, if you will, a little manual car. I wanted to have a manual to kind of throw around and have fun with on the weekends, And my point to that is, this is a car with, I think at that point, had 90,000 miles on it. I took very, very good care of it, obviously, during the time that I owned it. The previous owner took good care of it during the time I owned it. But my point is, that's a 10-year-old car at the time. Nothing mechanically went wrong with that car. And I think what we're seeing, and my point is, the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because even prior to that, I had another little hatchback, a Fiat 500 Abarth, which is another little four-cylinder sports car or whatever, little manual car. Again, that car had some issues because the brand. Fiat is not known for being the most. It's an Italian car. They're not known to be the most reliable, durable freaking cars. But nothing too extreme. And again, it was a project car, so I didn't mind. It wasn't a daily driver for me, so I didn't mind like tweaking on it and like fixing what I need to fix, modifying it here and there. Regardless, mechanically, the car was solid. Now that was I think that was a 2013. So at the time, that was a 12, 13-year-old car. I think we see these cars nowadays. Now again, I got a Ford. I'm not the biggest fan. I think we've had this conversation before. I'm not the biggest fan of American cars, by no means per se. Like, but even this car, this truck, if I still have it in 2035, right, 10 years from now, I guarantee you that it's still going to be running mechanically strong because the way how they make cars now, even though there's a lot more like gadgets and shit like that, and a lot of stuff can go potentially have the potential to go wrong, throughout the years. However, I think they're built way better than what they were when we were young men. You know what I'm saying? American, Japanese, Korean, it doesn't matter. I think the car quality that's being spit out now, especially if you buy a quality car brand in a quality vehicle, like I have a Ford and I kind of threw some shade at Ford, but like for example, you look around, one of the flagship vehicles for Ford is a Mustang, right? You see them all over the place. Ford's not really gonna fucking kick themselves in the nuts by putting out a shitty Ford Mustang. So, like, and that's why you see even older models still on the road. But I guess I'm kind of getting off on a tangent with that. But my point is, with these newer vehicles, quality brands, I'm more. My main focus is on maintenance, like bona fide, making sure, like especially for all my new cars, man, I only bring them to the dealer. So like that's really the significant. Like I would concentrate the significance of my spending on the maintenance aspect of the car because the maintenance aspect of the car at the regular intervals is going to be the thing that um, keeps the car through longevity. Matter of fact, my Honda Accord that I had, it was a hybrid um, that my son ended up getting when I transitioned over to the Lexus. That car had I think 150,000 miles on it. Never changed the. For an example of the modern technology, never had to change the brake pads on that car. Never. And but I did my regular maintenance every time it was due. I did my regular maintenance, and I know you take care of your stuff, man. And you're preaching to the choir because you're most likely going to do this anyway. Like, you're not like a fucking dumbass that's like, I haven't changed my oil in fucking 2 years. You gotta just do the regular maintenance. So I think these cars do tend to last a little bit longer. So hence why I don't really believe in the extended warranty. But again, in your case, because of the interest rate you got, because you got it for $5,000 under MSRP, I think that's a comfortable trade-off. You know, yeah, yeah. They're gonna always come out on top, man. Of course, man. But at the end of the day, are you guys happy with it, man? Uh, mhm. Yeah, brand new. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And dude, locking in 0% interest isn't a bad deal. And you, correct me if I'm wrong. I think when I first met you, you had a Subaru. No, I think right. Always, yeah, always. So it's good to stay. It's good to have brand loyalty, man. You know what the car is. You know, And I don't know if you had. I mean, that's another example. Since you have a history with them, you probably know better than me, even about Subarus. Like, I don't know how long you had the previous vehicle, but I mean, you could act. Is oh, there you go, Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. It is, yeah. Still not bad by any means, man. Not bad by any means. I think that's some good shit right there. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, 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 for sure, man. I'm glad at least that's a big thing. Like the whole all those little add-ons that you need windshield for fucking protect. No, I don't need that shit. You need a fucking low jack. I don't want that shit. Take it off. Well, the car's already. That's what they were doing for the longest time, like during the COVID era, to justify their stupid markups. They would come pre-install that. Take it out. I don't want it. Take it out. Uninstall it. I'm not getting the car. It's seat protection. We have to charge you for seat protection. I'm not paying it. Undo it. And they can't undo it because they've already done it. But yeah. So that's good. That's good, man. Hell yeah. So were you looking at a Tesla too? Yeah. 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 Sure. Potential. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yeah. And you can't go wrong with Subaru, right? Right. As far as on weather, man. I mean, yeah. 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 Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, dude, they're nice. Like if I had solar on my house, yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful machines. If I had solar at my house, I probably now. I was actually looking at. I don't know if you know what it is, but there's something called a Ford Lightning, which is like the F-150, like the electric version, and they got some really attractive. Like I think I was looking at a lease for it, but I was like, man, the only thing is I don't have solar on my house, man. Like, so I feel like I'm kind of adding that burden to my electrical usage if I was to get something like that. But if I had solar, dude, my barber, um, I helped him do some irrigation work in his house, man. So he would come by the house and pick me up and take me to his house. And he has a Tesla with the self driving. Bro, I was blown away. I was fucking blown the fuck away by how, dude. There was one time we got to a four-way stop, right? And this was the selling point for me. I was like, what the fuck? We got to a four-way stop in a residential area, so a four-way stop sign, and we got there like the same time as another vehicle. My buddy was like, watch this. The car flashed, like it flashed the other car, flashed the high beams for the other car to go, like to say, hey, go ahead. And all on its own, bro. All on its own. And then the car fucking slowly fucking took off. I mean, not slowly, but I mean, normally it just took off. I was, um, I was legitimately blown away, dude, by how amazing. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's totally. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's I didn't Elazar. It's funny you say that because I didn't realize. Matter of fact, Francisco told me, man. He's like, hey, because he has a Tesla, right? So I was telling him, I was like, I'm thinking about getting this Lightning. They got a good lease deal, so I could try it for a couple years, blah blah blah. And he's like, hey, bro. He's like, one thing, man. You might want to call your insurance company and get a quote for that vehicle, and I fucking did a mock quote, and it fucking would have, yeah, it would have bumped my fucking insurance up like $300 a month. I was like, what the fuck, man? You know? God damn. Yeah, for sure. You can't. I'm a gas powered guy, I guess, but I'm not. I'm definitely open to it, man. I would not mind having, you know, an EV, Tesla or something, man. I mean, they're not bad, man. They're not bad. Yeah, that's yeah. The self driving. That's a membership. Yeah, that's a fucking member. You gotta pay. Yeah, 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 and then you got to pay for the electric too. You know, that's another thing too. You know, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it's the best of both worlds. Yeah, 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 100%. You know, yeah, yeah. It is, man. It is. It is. You know where people really capitalize on them is the not the used dealer market, but the used like personal owner market. Like that's where you can, if you find a good one, like you buy one from, 5, 6, 7 years old, if it's still good, that's where you could kind of capitalize because all that depreciation already sent in. Yeah, 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 yeah. They yeah, exactly, E- exactly, exactly. It's yeah, yeah. It looks good. It looks good. You know, in Tesla, I gotta give them credit. Like the purchasing of them is very simple. It's very simple. Like it's very upfront. But you're 100% right. You're faced with extreme depreciation and the extreme continued costs. Like that's where it's like the cost of ownership. People don't look at like all those factors, right? But like everybody's like, oh well, it only cost me $43 a month or whatever to fill up an electric, to charge the battery and everything. But okay, as soon as you start running your heater, as soon as you start running your AC, not only that, bro, tires. Like people burn through tires in those cars quick, man, and they're not cheap. But yeah. So you guys ended up getting a Subaru hybrid? Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, nice, nice. Hell yeah, hell yeah, yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Oh, it's it's fucking it's fucking nuts, dude. Like it's a crazy world out there, man. That's why, like, yeah, yeah. It's nuts. That's why, I like for my wife's car, I got her a Mazda. She's got a CX-90, and you know, yeah, I'm sold on Mazda, dude. For at least for the wifey's cars, like moving forward. Like, they're interesting fact about Mazda. Only Mazda and Buick were the only two cars during the COVID fucking era. I'm just gonna call it that. That didn't charge markups on their cars, and you could actually still negotiate with the dealer to bring the price down. And they're beautiful inside. Like they're beautiful. I mean, I think they're nice outside too, but the interior and the overall make of the car is really pretty, really nice, really nice. Yeah, 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 yeah. But they're another. Yeah, they're No, don't. Yeah. Stay away. Stay away, Kia. Stay away from those, man. Yeah. That. They've gotten better, dude. But like, they're still consistently, not the best. Not bad. Yeah. Yeah. They make one. I think it's called the Telluride. Kia makes one called the Kia Telluride. Yeah, yeah. Looks great. Looks the part, but the mechanically, yes, for the first few years, it probably will run no problem. But I think long term longevity, they're just not built the same way, man. Like your Subi should last fucking 15, 20 years, no problem, right? You use it for a few years, give it to the kiddos, and let them use it in college, but yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing about leases. So like, it's when you sign a lease, like they're going to tell you what the payoff amount is at the date, like they write it that day. Now they factor in some depreciation if the dealer is legit, but sometimes they don't, and they just kind of factor in like, let's say you buy a $40,000 car, and you come in with 10, like, let's hypothetically speaking, you get a zero down. In this scenario, zero down lease, and like let's say $300 a month, right? But then you're like, okay, I'm gonna come in with 10,000 down, so you would legitimately think, okay, it's going to depreciate from 30,000. It just depends on how they work it. That's where that's either where they kind of, if they're shady, that's where the shadiness will come in, as the buy off amount at that point. A lot of times they'll try to fuck you, for lack of a better term, they'll try to fuck you over or screw you with the actual initial terms, like, hey, we need this down. Really, they don't need anything down if they choose to. They choose, and they can make the lease price whatever the hell they want per month. But that buy off amount, a lot of they bank, either way for them. If they write it in as the car only depreciating a certain amount, then, and you bring it back, and they write all these things into the fucking contract, like, as long as it comes back pristine, then they think they could sell it for that amount. So, but even then, they're gonna upsell it as much as they can. So it just depends, right? It depends on the car brand. It depends on the terms of the lease. Um, but leases are, I don't know, they're a little janky, I think. I've leased a couple cars in my life, man, and like I said, I was considering leasing that truck just to try, just to try it out. It had like, yeah, I think it was like, it was something ridiculous, dude. It was like 4 grand down, and then like $96 a month or something silly. So I was like, oh, that's kind of. But then you start thinking about it, like, okay, what's the catch, right? That seems too like, it seems too loosey goosey, man. So like, but the car, who knows what the value of the car would have been. Either they'll fuck you on the mileage, or they'll fuck you on the back end when you're like, I love this fucking thing, I want to keep it. I've been paying on it for 3 years. And that's the other thing too, as well. The people expect, like, the during the lease, the 36 months or the 24 months or whatever the lease term is, like, you're not paying dollar for dollar down to pay off that amount on the. Yeah. So you kind of, that part comes into play too as well. Like, you're not really paying the car down as much as you would with a regular loan. So I think, for me, I think if you have the capacity, I think where the leases come into play, where they take advantage of people, is like, it's a more affordable way to go. But if you have, like, not so good credit, right? Like, or if you don't have the money to pay for a full blown loan, that's where they kind of take. I think they take a little advantage, and and they kind of market that for the. Now, I'm not saying every swinging, every fucking person that leases a vehicle is in that category. No, there's some people that truly just don't mind paying the monthly payment, and then they do flip the car every 3 years. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you really gain nothing, right? You really don't. You never own the car, and you don't really ever gain any. I don't know. You don't really gain tangible assets out of it. Not that a car is a great asset, but you know what I'm saying. Like you never really own it. It's a rental. It's a rent. It's basically a rental for 3 years, and some people love it, man. Some people love doing it. Yeah, they're not good assets. Yeah, yeah. For sure. Yeah, yeah. No, they're a money pit, and it's all like as yeah. That's it. As a hobbyist as a self-proclaimed hobbyist in that world, it's never really I mean, don't get me wrong. From the classic car side, I did buy cars low, sold them high, and worked out okay. But 9 times out of 10, it's hard to really come out on top when it comes to cars. But you get them for purely the enjoyment. Yeah, 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 for sure. It, it's like, dude, I mentioned to you earlier, I sold my previous like quote unquote project car, right? A modern project car. I sold my Ford Focus. Well, I sold it to this kid who's becoming like I think he's becoming a sheriff or something like that out in one of the cities out here. I think Palm Desert or something like that. He reaches out to me every few months, man. He's like, hey, Eric, just let me know. He sends me some pictures. He's like, look, I did this, and I fucking love it, dude. I'm like, you know what? Fucking, you're taking my project, and you're enjoying it. You're making it better. So like I said, it's like a niche. It's like a niche group. Kind of understanding, and like you said, you can appreciate it. It's like it's satisfying. You know, for sure. Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah, man. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's funny, man. It's fucking ever, man. I never bought a car, man. Oh, dude, me and Ray were talking about that, man. Ray goes fucking scorched earth on his ass, man. I'm like, dude, and I even gave him because he called, when he gets fucking, right now, I don't know, he's like fucking bored and moody right now. I don't know what the fuck his problem is, man. But like, he calls me on Thanksgiving. I know he's working, and I play dumb. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm working. I was like, oh, good for you. I'm about to be fat and happy over here in a couple hours, man. But what did he say? Oh, dude, he told me. I was like, you're not going home. He's like, no, my wife's going to her aunt's for Thanksgiving, and I told her, I said, it must be nice. She said, you going to your aunt's, and I'm working. And she's like, good, work more so you can pay off this house. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I'd be like, fuck working. Yeah, yeah, right. Like, exactly. Like, if you know the man is working his ass off, like, why don't you say, hey, babe, let's go. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Stuff me. Stuff me. Stuff me. Give me the gravy. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, 100%. Like, hey, this restaurant's open. Go to fucking Pachenga, right? Or go somewhere to eat fucking with your husband. That's fucking, I don't know, dude. Something's fucking weird, man. Yeah, yeah. Separate, separate. Yeah, fucking separate. I don't know where the fucking aunt lives, but I mean, like, if anything, be like, hey, Ever, how about you throw your man a lifeline, or Ever, how about you reach down and grab your little nuts and say, hey, I'm gonna work fucking 3 hours, then I'm gonna get on the road, I'm gonna take Friday off, but God forbid, Ever, man, he's gotta, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. you, you know, I got a headache. I got a headache. you know, you know. oh shit! I fucking love it. the, the fucking the fucking I don't Ray says he's got like 4 dogs. Like there's 3 other dogs living in fucking the house and shit. Like the fucking dogs in the niece guy better than you, man. You know? I don't know. Something that's insane. You that, that's telling me right there for Mama Stinger, man, to go to Ashley and drop 21K, no fucking problem. That's telling me she likes to spend a little money, man. yeah. Zero. Zero. Oh my god. We can do it, Amber. We can do it. yeah. yeah. Somebody, so right first, I would be like, your ass is getting a job. Like your ass is gonna go work at a. She right? She's a nurse or whatever the fuck. Real estate. You're gonna go to work. yeah. yeah. Dude, and Ray, I think I don't know. Ray is convinced, and I am kind of convinced too as well, man. Dude, I don't know if like what is the chances of ever really getting a 30-year fixed rate at 3.9% in today's market? Is that even fucking feasible? You know, I haven't seen those rates in 3 years, man. 2 years. Yeah, right. Like 3.9 ever raise like it's one of those. It's got to be one of those like 5-year arm loans or something like that. You know, or dude. All right, I don't put his business out there, but I don't care, man, because he's a fucking moron, dude. Fucking JP, right? JB calls me the other day. He's detailed out to Texas right now. He's down by Brownstone or Brownsville or whatever, close to South Padre Island, wherever the hell that is, man. Anyway, yeah, somewhere. He said he's 30 minutes away from McAllen. So anyway, I remember he told me in Francisco a couple of years ago he bought this condo right out in I want to say Chino or Chino Hills, whatever, out there in up in that area. And he's like, yeah, dude, he I guess he had a home, but he sold it because it was too much money or whatever. So he bought this condo, and he tells us it's like, it's like $4,200 a month, $4,200 a month, 42. But get this. So he calls me, we were shooting the shit on Thanksgiving. He's like, yeah, man, my fucking interest rate just adjusted. And I was like, your interest rate just adjusted? I was like, oh no, dude. He told me his fucking mortgage now for a fucking condo is like $5,200 a month, dude. I'm like, and he just bought a new vehicle because he traded in one of his older vehicles. Get this shit. You want to talk about fucking crazy financial moves? He traded in his vehicle because he was underwater in the vehicle where he owed too much money at $800 something a month. I'm like, between your fucking vehicle and your condo, that's $6,000 a fucking month. Like, what are you doing? And the fucking HOA. Yeah, the HOA. So I hope our buddy, at least maybe if it's true, I hope we don't hear about that in a couple years, man. Because I find it very. I mean, I'm proud of him if he did lock it in, and I'll give him the credit where credit's due. But I haven't heard of anybody, even with excellent credit, locking in at 3.9% right now. Fuck no. And I think the Fed just like yesterday or 2 days ago just dropped the interest rate's only 0.25%, but it's nowhere close or reflect. That's even with the VA, dude. I don't think they're yeah. I'm like what type of fucking what happened? But with you know, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Best move. Yeah, 100%. That's why, like, I'm wondering, like, I hope it's for his case. I hope it's true. I mean, that's a respectable rate at any point in history for sure. But like, you basically undershot by like 2.5 points, maybe 2 points if you're lucky. Maybe the VA. I don't I don't know. So hopefully. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like that, they're right. They're fat and happy, right? At the end of the day, and the builder isn't the one giving the interest rates. The loan, the lender is, right? So like, at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, he just told me, they just used me for my signature and my fucking VA loan. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's fucking. It has more to the. That's what I said. I mean, if if and when I already told Ever, man, I said you better invite me for a holiday or something. I want to come out. Oh yeah. Dude, if we get invited, man, we gotta go. We gotta go experience it, man. I gotta see these people that sort of. I gotta see the interactions, right? Like, man, I gotta see. I would die a happy man. I just gotta see, man. While they're partying it up in Bellagio every night on fucking Ever's OT money and shit. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? We don't own it. We don't own it. You know, fucking. Oh shit, dude. I don't. There is no way. Yeah. Still, yeah. Here's the thing, right? Like they don't have kids. They're older, right? Go buy a nice house. Go buy in Hemet, right? Hemet's got some decent. Yeah, schools don't matter. Fucking all you need is a nice modern home because Hemet, has its nastiness, but I mean, there's nice communities in that city. But you could go to Moreno Valley. You could go to Riverside proper. You could go to Paris, right? Like the biggest thing that scares people away is the crappy school system. Well, you don't have that fucking problem. All you need is a fucking dog park. And fucking, you could have bought the same house, maybe even bigger, out in one of those areas and been okay. Like, what's the? I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, man. probably cringes. I don't understand it, man. And then like to even still play this game where, you know, like now what's her really in all honesty, what's her excuse? You're only 4 hours away. I know ever takes 6 hours to get to Vegas, but like, you know, you're only 4 hours away from your quote unquote husband. Why don't you come out here and pay him a visit, especially if you got him fucking working like a dog? You know, why don't you come spend some time? Oh, well, we'll have to see for Christmas, dude. That'll be the icing on the cake. Like if Everett's still working at home, you know, fucking, oh shit. Oh shit. Dude, what a fucking strange. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I don't understand it. I don't- You know, she's been going strong for 20 fucking years and it hasn't been consummated yet, man.
Come on. Why you don't take shower?
Hmm?
Should you take shower?
Oh yeah, I might after I end this. Hello.